The cheer going up for the start of the 2025 AIB Leinster 3 finals this weekend, starting with the junior final. The players been brought over in front of the stand here in Coralstown, Kinnegad, and to the left here are the Kills, the Colmcilles and Colmcilles, and they are here to play Muckalee in the junior final. As I say, I'll go to the officials and give you a mention for them in a minute. But first of all, the president of Leinster LGFA, Arthur Corrigan, is going to go out to meet the players. So he will greet the players and he'll go over to the captain. That's all been organised at the minute. These are the formalities you get on a big day like this one here. Thank goodness we have a beautiful day here. Perfect, absolutely perfect for football, and a blessing at this time of year to be having a day like this for a double header. You don't even get many double headers with the ground's been a bit soft this time of year, but this is like a bit of an Indian summer almost. Beautiful day here in the sunshine in Coralstown, Kinnegad and Westmeath, and there are the Muckalee girls over to the right preparing. 2 late changes, by the way. I'll give you those now while we're waiting for the president to go out. 2 changes for St Colmcilles. That's Muckalee, but actually over to the left the president is now going to meet the Muckalee players, and he will be greeted first by their captain, and that is Aisling O'Donnell. So she will go along the players with Arthur and introduce all of them, or maybe she won't. No, she will. She'll do that now and go through, and she's now meeting Sive Collins there, number 14. And as I say, you'll see a couple of changes there. They might come into play. Well, number 19 you see over to the left there, that is Sive McKenna. She's in for Sarah Murray, and the other change is at number 13, Honor McHutcheon is replaced by 20, and that is Shannon Cleary. So 2 late changes for the St Colmcilles team, who are from Laytown, Bettystown, Mornington, Donacarney, known as the Kills. And they have the officials there now being introduced as well. And keep an eye on the lady there. She is shaking hands with Arthur there because she's coming up to do co-com in the second game. So she is doing umpire in the first game and then coming up to join me for the second game, the second live stream today. The captain there of Muckalee is Clodagh Hanlon, the number 6. Her sister Roisin is in the subs, number 22, and her mum Ger is the FLO. There's number 8 Kelly Comerford being introduced. No changes on the starting 15 for Muckalee, who were in the final 3 years ago, the All-Ireland, or Leinster final rather, and lost out on that day down in Baltinglass, but hoping to make amends today. So a nice big generous round of applause from the crowd in the stand, and it's packed. Lots of people in here, so you'll not see many around the far side or whatever, and that's partly because the sun is behind the stand, and also because the stand here is a great spot to watch the game. So nice crowd here, and I'm sure there's a good crowd online as well, especially as it's a free live stream. You don't get too many of these days of those, so that's great to be able to provide that for you, courtesy of Leinster Ladies Gaelic Football Association. They want as many people as possible to see these games. They are special games and special occasions for the communities, so great to be able to do that. You can keep in touch with us and send us messages or whatever on the Facebook or on the YouTube there, whichever you like. There's a choice of where to view there. And I know we'll have viewers from all over the world for the 2 games, especially the second game, by the way. Would you believe there's a couple of girls who have come home from Sharjah Gales out in the Middle East to play for St Fecans. One is number 12, Roisin Cavan, and the other's in the sub, Sarah Moore. So imagine there'll be a few people out in Sharjah will be tuning in for these games today. So let me go through all of the teams. Well, actually, do you know what? They're very close to the start of the game here, because I see them lining out in positions, and Finbar Shanahan, the referee, is going out into the middle with Kelly Comerford, so I don't know if we'll have time to go through the teams exactly, but I'll try my best. St Colmcille's goalkeeper Saoirse McPeak, her sister Cueva, sorry, that's my northern thing there. It's Cueva down here. Cueva McPeak at number 12, and their dad Eamon is a ref in Meath, well-known ref there. 3 and 4, Danielle Sweeney, and 4, Grania Rice, 2 of the originals from the club, and also Ellen Brodigan at number 9. Ava O'Toole is 2, Tara Short 5, Natalie Davitt is 6. She was in the Meath All-Ireland panel for the All-Ireland final this year, and as I say, 19 is Sive McKenna, in for Sarah Murray at 7. Midfield you have Aisling O'Donnell and Ellen Brodigan, and the referee calling for a ball gives me time to give the rest. 10 Tegan Gordon, 11 Alana Boland, 12 Cueva McPeak, 13 is out, it's 20 Shannon Cleary in there, 14 Sive Collins, and 15 Emma Brophy, and those 2 are soccer players. I'm told they'll go for goals, and it doesn't matter matter if it's on the ground or out of their hands. Muckalee, Sarah Corcoran on goals, 2 Riona Crowley, 3 Adele Coonan, 4 Amy Ring, 5 Aideen Cody, 6 Clodagh Hanlon, 7 Jennifer O'Keefe. Midfield Kelly Comerford and Laura Green. Hazel Moore at 10, 11 Ellen Lawler, 12 Kate Purcell, 13 Shan Bulger, 14 Edwina Keane, a Camogie All-Star, as is Katie Nolan at 15. Perfect time in there. We're now off for the start of the game, and the first touch is Ellen Brodigan for the Kills, but Kelly Comerford nips in there and steals it away from her. A little bit heavy, of course, on the ground, as you'd expect this time of year, and probably best advised not to bounce the ball too much and just deliver it in nice and quickly. And that's a perfect ball into the forwards there, delivered, and it's gone straight to Edwina Keane, that Camogie All-Star, and slips it to Kate Purcell. And the referee is going to bring that back for a free in for Muckalee, playing from left to right, but you can see that yourself. So after that big build-up, let's reassess and see what's going on and have a look around us and see what the tactics are, that kind of thing. We'll keep an eye on that as the game develops in the next few minutes. That's not going to do. That's going to go to the left and wide. A missed opportunity there for Muckalee right at the start. Yeah, the crowd is packed in here in the stand to my right and left, and a few people down at the fence with their faces painted, that kind of thing. Great excitement for these games. Kick out is good, and it has gone straight to Tegan Gordon. If she can pick it up, you see there the difficulty in the conditions. Not terrible conditions, just a wee bit tricky for this time of year. And that's an interception by Shan Bulger for Muckalee. So good pressing from the Kilkenny champions, and they have won 5 in a row in Kilkenny, but they dearly love to get success in Leinster. But that is Tegan Gordon making amends back there and getting the ball out for them. But can they get through? They can. They've broken one line, trying to break another. There's always a bit more excitement in the crowd when the players come down the side in front of the stand, and that's exactly what they're doing. Good ball, and that's the second time we've seen a ball into the forwards that has bounced in front of the forwards. Always makes it easier. Amber Brophy puts it down, but that's well taken in defence. I think that was Rihanna Crowley, was it? No, actually it was Adele Coonan, of course, and that's going to go over the line. Adele, by the way, told us a few years ago, and I presume it's the same thing, her pre-match ritual is a drop of holy water. Wonder if that'll work for them today. She was joint captain back in 2022 with Kelly Comerford. We're in the final that year, as I say. And this year, interestingly, they've been playing their club football in Laois, and I think maybe it might make a difference this year. A different standard of football or a different type of football. I reckon it might help them. And certainly they've started very well, and that's really well left off there by Laura Green, and got it to Hazel Moore, who was injured last week and came off, but seems absolutely fine out there. And that's a good ball across as well, but easily enough defended, and it's going to be a free out for a foul there on Eva O'Toole. So Muckalee doing all of the pressing, but no scores as yet. This play is going to be held up a moment. It's not an injury, it's just lace has been tied after all of the build-up, and after a few minutes you still have situations like that where the laces just can go. They play on regardless. She didn't wait for her teammate there. I think it was her captain actually, but she now has the laces tied. In fact, it wasn't. I think it was Natalie Davitt. It was indeed. And again, the balls in from Muckalee aren't sticking with their forwards when they go towards the danger zone. They're giving the ball away rather easily to the opposition. Natalie Davitt, though, dispossessed, coming out of defence there by Ellen Lawler, who was back doing really good work there, the number 11. Her dad is Tom Lawler. And another ball played in, and again it's a wee bit aimless, but they might get a free though. Actually, I think they have, you know, and they have, yeah, free in there. And it was Katie Nolan racing in to try and get that ball, and she caused the problem, as you see there, and she was about to get it and she was fouled there. And that's going to be free in, and now they will get their first score, but they're just a little bit aimless when they just put the ball in there, but maybe that works for them. It's going to be taken by Kate Purcell. I mentioned there Ellen Lawler, the number 11, who was responsible for that turnover. She said in 2022, getting to the Leinster final, she said, it feels like Christmas. And that's a poor miss. That's 2 misses, and when a free taker misses early on, the confidence can go, but that was a really easy one. You can't get much easier than that, so they might be thinking, oh, we have to change that if that continues, because you can't go on missing chances like that early in a Leinster final. That's a bit of a surprise. Maybe the ground was slippy around there. She just lost her footing or something, but usually you would put that one over. I'm sure she would as well. Now the break is by St. Colmcilles, and there's the first ball put in there, and she just bombed it in there, rather hit and hope, but there was an extra player back there for Muckalee, and now their goalkeeper has come out, Sarah Corcoran, to get it. And I talked about the balls being a bit aimless at the other end. Well, there seemed to be a bit of a plan there. It was get it in quick, but it didn't stick, and Muckalee have come away with it, and it's Purcell again. Some parts of the country it's Purcell, but we'll go with Purcell. Again, it's very tricky for the forwards when the ball's played in almost 50-50 like that. The first ball in of the game, if you remember, was played in front of the forward. A nice bounce in front made it easier, but that sort of ball there is very tricky for a forward, especially when other defenders come in around. But she did manage to get the free, but they're sort of getting there, not really by design, but by fortune. Now that's a much better ball, and there's a player off there. If she goes to her, she does look to her. That's Edwina Keane, and does indeed use Lawler. A little bit of room here, a little bit of confidence would be great from a score, if they could get a score. But again, that's a wasted opportunity, and that's what's that from playing from frees? That's 3-4 wides and about 3 balls that have been played in and have come straight out again, and not a single point on the board for all their pressing. Muckalee kick out by Saoirse McPeak. Good one away over to the right, looking for Ellen Brodigan, and Brodigan does brilliantly to win it, but under pressure from Comerford. They do well. They do very well. I think that is that 20. Is that Shannon Cleary back there? It looks like it, number 20. So they've withdrawn one player, and Muckalee have extra players back. So the long high ball in didn't work previously because there's Muckalee have the numbers. They have the advantage in there. I see number 2, Rihanna Crowley, near her goal, totally free. And the captain, Clodagh Hanlon, as well. So maybe they're better, St. Colmcilles, carrying it in. And that's exactly what they're doing. And that's a dangerous one. And it nearly ended up in the back of the net. But a brilliant save. Pam there. I think it was Emma Brophy who got in there with her hands to it. And the goalkeeper stood tall and strong, Sarah Corcoran. So the first real attack, first real threat, ends up in a good save. And we're still scoreless. Not for the want of trying. Actually, do you know what? The scoreboard on the ground is saying Muckalee 1 point. St. Colmcilles no score. And we have it 0-0. I don't remember the score. There's a save again, and it was indeed from Brophy. Let's try and check that. I'll keep an eye on the scoreboard here on the ground. But yeah, they have it 1 point to no score from Muckalee, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. They might get a score now, though. This is Ellen Lawler going through. That's brilliant running by her, and she leaves it off to Katie Nolan. And stays on the ground there. I think she was expecting a free but didn't get it. This is Moore, comes inside. It's all rather congested in there. In the end it is going to be Lawler. Oh, it's gone to the left, unfortunate, and it's gone wide again. It's just not happening for them in front of goals. Let's watch it again. It's one of those ones, yeah, on the right foot, and you'd think from there it's bound to go over, but just very unfortunate. Kick out again, goes to the right hand side, but going across there is Lara Green for Muckalee, and it's mainly one-way traffic. The Kilkenny girls absolutely firing here, apart from the finish at the end of it all. And again, it comes to nothing. Is it a wide or is it a 45? It's coming out for a 45, so lots of pressing. But they really need to get it to a shooter, somebody who can just peel off the forwards and just pop it over the bar, that kind of thing, because there's a lot of effort going into this and they just aren't getting the reward. Just looking to see if I can check with somebody about this scoreboard, because I say it's 1 point to nil, so unless I missed one. Could be another score now though for Muckalee, and that has reached Nolan, and again it's gone wide. Well, they seem to be finding new ways of missing the target, and I'm not sure that was a pass, but it worked out and you thought there's bound to be a score there, and it goes to the left and it goes wide. From a St. Colmcille's point of view, they are living on their nerves a little bit, but they'll be quite pleased in a way. They're not playing very well, but they haven't conceded, or maybe just the one. And now they can break. This is Davitt. Leaves it off to Cleary, who is definitely playing a withdrawn role, and here she is again. So she is withdrawn from the full forward line. So they've left Muckalee with an extra player at least in there. But as you saw a minute ago, they nearly found a way through. This is Brodigan, and she goes for her score, trying to get a first score of the game for her team, but that goes to the left and goes wide. And we have everything in this game, lots of excitement and endeavour and effort, but we're not seeing the finishing prowess from either side. Just looking at the flags on the far side, by the way, there's a very strong breeze, it would seem, going over towards the scoreboard, if you can imagine, over in that corner, it seems to be, towards that corner. And you know what? The scoreboard in the ground has just been put back to 0-0, so it is 0-0. No score in this game. So someone must have got to them and informed them. This is Quiva McPeak, forced back by 3 players from Muckalee. Great work rate from Muckalee. And they have done really well so far in most elements of this game. I think our clock has stopped as well, by the way. They won on the ground here is at 10.5 minutes. And ours is stuck at 3, but I'll keep you right on that. It's 10 minutes 45 seconds gone in this game, and still without a score. But that could change very, very quickly. This is Alana Boland's junior level. You never know. You could get 2 or 3 goals in a couple of minutes. That's the way it goes, and makes it very exciting. There's an interesting ball played in there. That's a really good ball, and it could be the first score now. And it's Emma Brophy, and indeed she gets the first score. And a big round of applause there from the club from County Meath. And it was really well worked. That's what you need, and that's maybe what Muckalee needed at the other end. A nice ball in and just a nice calm finish. So they find after all their pressing, Muckalee, they're behind. 1 point to no score. The referee, Finbar Shanahan, just making the goalkeeper take that one again. I think maybe some of the players hadn't gone out of the area properly. And here she is. Now where's she going to go with this one? Doesn't seem to have a lot of options, so she just puts it high up in the air and lets them go for it. And on the break, it is the number 19 Sive McKenna to Tegan Gordon. The referee's going to bring it back for a free, and he says there was a slap there. Must have been when the ball came down, and it's going to be a free to the Kills. Nice ball played in. They are getting the message. This is Sive Collins. Leaves it off to Natalie Davitt, thinks better off it, and she's directing the play and said give it out there to Alana Boland, and they do, and Alana goes for her score but puts it to the left, and it's another wide. There will be a result on the day today, by the way, either within the 60 minutes or after extra time, or if there's free kicks needed. And then the winners of this will go into the All-Ireland semi-finals, and the Leinster champions will have a home game in that against the winners from a game between the British champions and the European champions. And then it'll be Connacht, so Leinster against Connacht if they get through that in the semi-finals. Ulster and Munster then on the other side. So a lot to play for, but they'll not be thinking about that today. They're just thinking about becoming champions of their province, which of course is huge in itself, and you have to concentrate on that, and that's what they're doing. 1 to no score for St Colmcilles. We don't have it on our scoreboard actually, but it is 1-0. So a few scoreboard problems today in the ground and on our own scoreboard, but we have, there it is. Now it's right. Now we're right. 13.5 minutes gone, 1-0. There you go. So now we're synchronized in the ground, and here you have it. Must just check your comments, by the way, on YouTube and Facebook. Feel free to leave a comment on either of those platforms if you like. I know there was one earlier on. Rebecca Flood says her teacher plays for one of the teams, and Liz Phelan says the teacher in her school is playing, and Tara McHugh says let's go girls. So a bit of support coming in from people watching online. That's on the YouTube, on the Facebook as well. There's a good crowd on there. I'll come to that in a second, but let's follow the play for now, because St Colmcilles are starting to warm up, or warm into this game, and that's a good run off the ball there, giving an option from David. Feeds it back out, but it's intercepted for Muckalee, and it's going to be a free out. Good work by Jennifer O'Keefe. Muckalee, quite a few changes from the last time they were at this stage. This is good play. This is Hazel Moore, but she runs into bother and is dispossessed, and instead it's Sive McKenna So the two players who have come in for Colmcilles in the first quarter of the game, we're nearly up to the first quarter, they've come in and they've made quite a contribution. They've been on the ball a lot, both around the middle. So they're knitting everything together. They're both involved. Tara's short now. Muckalee players coming in and around her, and indeed they have dispossessed her. That's brilliant work by Ellen Lawler, and it's not the first time she's done that. And she's got it to Edwina Keenan, the Camogie All-Star. Bundles her way through 2-3 times. That's great work by her, and needed a bit of support and then gets it. But they could do with just somebody to calm it all down and get their first score of the game, and that was Katie Nolan running into trouble but getting a free. But will they get a score from it? This is a similar sort of distance from the first effort, and they haven't been able to get on the board in the entire first quarter of the game despite lots of great work. Maybe this will be the time. So on Facebook, Marie Dargan says good luck to Edwina Keane, Katie Nolan and Edel Coonan watching from New York. Good to have you watching. Lisa Hennessy, best of luck to Clodagh and the team. Michelle Dooley as well, and that kick is going just to the left and wide again. And Kate Morrissey Farrell says come on Muckalee. So lots of support there for Muckalee. And Mia O'Byrne, best of luck kills all the way from Vilnius in Lithuania. My goodness. And Teresa Crennan says up Muckalee. Teresa and Killian in Nerja in Spain. That's the beauty of the live streaming, that people all over the world can watch this broadcast as if it's going out on a television channel, but this is the TV online now. So I hope you're enjoying the coverage on the game so far. Keep the messages coming and I'll go back to them as we go on, but let's stick with the play here because it's heating up at 16 and a half minutes gone. That one played across fields. Ball bouncing quite firmly despite, as I say, the ground being a bit soft at this time of year. This is number 20 Shannon Cleary. Calm, composed play, but can they get through and get a score? Cleary again then decides to put it in there. Goalkeeper read that well. She saw it coming and came out. Good goalkeeping by Sarah Corcoran, but then loses possession. Just about kept it for her team, but that was a nervy little moment. And Muckalee, oh, that's a good ball actually. I'm not sure it was meant for Shan Bulger, but she took the initiative and took it, and she has support. She's Ellen Lawler. She knew she was there and gives it to her. Can they finally get their first score of the game? That's laid off brilliantly to Kate Purcell, and she's through. There could be a goal. That is a goal. Well, wouldn't you know, after all the missed chances and opportunities, they score a fabulous goal. 17 minutes is taken, but it was worth waiting for. Beautifully won in the middle of the field and created and finished. Perfect score. 1 goal to 1 point, an unusual one, but you know what, it's probably fair on the way the game has been going. Good kick out again. She favours that right hand side, and Ellen Brodigan knows it's going there, but they just put the ball quickly in there, and they're outnumbered at the back, and that's easily picked up by Clodagh Hanlon, the captain. They'll feel an awful lot better, Muckalee, now about proceedings. Looking to get Kitty Nolan into the play there, but good defending by Eva O'Toole for the kills. And they're navy and blue, they're Dublin jerseys. Mightn't like me saying that, being from Meath, nearly in Louth. Mightn't like me saying that either. Manager Brian Mullen. But this is Muckalee with Kelly Comerford. Tries to get past Alana Boland, but is forced to go back out. Nearly breaks down, but Muckalee come again. Kick pass at short distance, but it works from Jennifer O'Keefe, and that is Katie Nolan, and she plays an interesting crossfield ball, and Hazel Moore just unable to take it up. Those two players seem to have switched positions because it would ordinarily have been reverse, but it breaks down, same results. So no points in the game so far for Muckalee, but a really nice goal, and just a 1 point for the kills. Both scores from play, nothing from free so far. 18 minutes gone, so a little bit unusual that way, but maybe not if you know your junior football, and then take into account the fact that this is a provincial final with a big crowd, lots of nerves, and both teams just trying to settle. But definitely, in terms of possession and pressing, Muckalee the better team. Katie Nolan now. And here she goes, slipping it inside, looking for Green, Laura Green, and she gets it to Keane. Just trying to get a little bit of room and feeds it out, but David got there, and it's all just a little bit frantic. And it drops, it could go anywhere, but in the end, I think Gráinne Rice has done enough to clear her lines. Nervy moments at that end, but there's a bit of room out here in the middle of the field for Alana Boland. She's got a little bit of space, and she's deciding, do I deliver or do I take them on? And it's wise. That's a super ball. That's really clever play by her, a good composure. And then just thrown in there by Caoimhe McPeak and a hit and hope. And obviously that's a tactic from their team. They think there's a chance in there of a goal or two. And there probably is with Sive Collins in there and Emma Brophy. But the high ball like that has not worked so far. And Kills, after 20 minutes, only have one score on the board and that 1 point. So maybe they need to think again about that. Muckalee showing lots of heart, and that's going to be a free the other way. She crashed into her player. I was telling you earlier on about the players from 2022, Muckalee, they're in the final in 2022. They've only 7 starters today who also started on that day 3 years ago. That's quite a lot. That's obviously more than half the team. No Amy Nolan, no Denise Comerford. The 7 who started that day and starting today: Adele Coonan, Aideen Cody, Kelly Comerford, Clodagh Hanlon, Katie Nolan, Kate Purcell and Ellen Lawler. But a lot of new players who've come in making a difference, and as I say, they play club football on Laois this year and they're looking pretty good so far. Should be further ahead, but they're not. But maybe that will come, but certainly they have warmed into this game and they have won most of the exchanges around the field, and every time they get it they try to burst forward, and that's exactly what they're doing again. It worked beautifully for the goal, but they needed to work 1 or 2 other times as well, and need to just be able to take their points. And it's a kick pass out to this side looking for Hazel Moore, and she delivers it quickly, and they're really going at St. Colmcilles as much as they can. This is Purcell, and off she goes, but again, does she have the support? Where is the support? I don't really see much support, and indeed she's been blown for over-carrying. They're just not knitting it together as you really need to, and that's what's missing, the support play off the shoulder. It's a little bit frantic and a little bit up the middle. It looks good, but then they don't have the end product. Claire Coonan's message: best of luck, Edel, and all the girls from your sister Claire in Australia. Great to have the live stream, guys. Thanks a million. And hashtag Hon Muckalee. Thanks for that, Claire. So support from Australia. Anna Stott says, come on the Kills, go on Gráinne Rice, cheering with her brother and nephew in the UK. Brodigan. And Muckalee's work rate again is impressive. Look at that from Laura Green. Really getting stuck in there. And Natalie David has it, but they're under such pressure, the girls in navy and blue, anytime they have the ball. Muckalee. And then there's the flags again. I've changed direction a weekend. It's very strong, and it's definitely in favour of St. Colmcilles in the first half, but more into the right corner, which is maybe why a lot of the play is over there towards the scoreboard, which is coming into the shot now. Comes back out again, and this might be a score, is it? No, it's going to the left, and again that was down to the pressure. Good pressure from the defence. The work rate, as I say, really, really impressive. Dawn O'Reilly says, come on the Kills, let's go Nats Devitt. And Tara McHugh says she's in New York as well. Happy days. So we have a big audience in the Big Apple. 23, nearly 24 minutes gone then. And nobody going short. So the goalkeeper again has to put it high, but the referee, I think, is going to penalise her. I think she has maybe stepped over the line. Now it's a little bit difficult for us to see the line there with the sand, but I think he's going to hop the, is he going to hop the ball? Or is it a free in? Maybe she broke the line. Just checking on the Facebook messages there. Chloe Dooley says, go on Muckalee, you've got this. Keep the goals coming. Geraldine Brady says, good luck, Caoimhe and Colmcilles. And it is indeed going to be a hop. Finbar Shanahan, the referee from the St Margaret's Club in Dublin, near the airport. And on the break, It's Laura Green, sorry, who's worked really, really hard. She's really been putting in the challenges and doing the hard work in there, and she bombs the ball down the wing as well. But first to it are the girls in blue, and it's Ava O'Toole getting out in front, and that's a great battle between her and Katie Nolan. Both of them well out the field. Kelly Comerford turns, goes past her player, and I do love the way Muckalee try to drive through the middle all the time, but there's the handling problems again, and it's broken down, and it's a chance for some Colmcilles to break, to transition now that they have got a few of the Muckalee players up the field, and it's a good kick pass inside, and it's gone to the full forward side. Collins, is she fouled? She is. The referee has given advantage. She's letting it go, but he's going to bring that one back. It's going to be a free in and should be a second score. And that's how quickly the game can change. One team on the attack. You don't often see kick passes like that, but on that occasion it worked, and Sive Collins brought to ground. So a free in, but as we've seen so far, it doesn't guarantee a score. Referee wanting to talk actually to Muckalee's. I think it's Kate Purcell, is it? Number 12, or is it number 2? That would be Rihanna Crowley. I think it's Crowley. I see it 2, and it is just a 2. Yeah, he has a word. Maybe a tick for that. He's getting the book out indeed. So nearly 26 minutes gone. Just 2 scores in the whole game so far, but it has been riveting. You can't take your eyes off it because anything can happen, and that's the beauty of junior. So some Colmcilles, just 1 point on the board from play. This to be their first from a 3, and it is. One-point game. Well, there's nobody here complaining about how many scores there have been. They are captivated by this game, and there's a short kick out. We haven't seen too many of those, but that's a good idea for Muckalee to get possession. But as I said before, there's been a lot of breakdowns as well, so handling has been difficult. And the support play, maybe not what it should be at times, but this is great from Hazel Moore. And again, a ball played in there, and Tegan Gordon nearly stole it away. It looks good when it works for Muckalee, and it's working at the minute, and they've left it off here again. They might get a score. They haven't got a point yet in the game, but they've 2 players here, and Katie Nolan might get it, and she does. The Camogie All-Star gets their first point on the board, and it's 1-1 to Muckalee to 2 points, and they lead by 2 coming up to half-time in this AIB Leinster Junior Championship final. That's what they should have been doing from the start of the game, but now they're at it. Good kick out for St. Colmcilles to get possession. Breaks down, but they will get the decision, and the decision by the man on the spot there. That's Owen O'Neill, the linesperson. Just over 2 to half time. This is Grania Rice taking her time, wants to make sure, and that's smart, and a really smart ball as well to find Cueva McPeak. Picked her out beautifully. But again, the pressure forcing them back all the time. Look, no options there for Natalie David except to go all the way back to your captain. They're trying to build, and they just look around and realise the options through the middle aren't there. So they have to go right over to the far side to Danielle Sweeney. Look at this again. The Muckalee players mucking in there, if you excuse the pun. Making it so difficult. O'Donnell looking for Sive Collins, but again, look at that battling. And the referee says, play on. She did really well there again. They're winning balls and breaking the hearts of some Colmcilles all over the field. That's great work by Edel Coonan. That one's for you, Claire, out in Australia. Aideen Cody, by the way, was the number 3 years ago, if you remember. And yet she came forward in extra time in the semi-final and scored a goal. She's number 5 today. And now there's a player down injured for St. Colmcille, so we're going to have a little bit of a break. And there hasn't really been any breaks, and we're in the last minute of the first half. It gives me an opportunity to just check your messages again. Dawn O'Reilly says, let's go Sweens. And Lynn McNally, best of luck to colleague Natalie Davitt from Ella. And Pet Cat Mochi, M-O-C-H-I, watching from Dubai. There you go. And Pauline Dunn says, come on Muckalee, let's go Amy from the Duns and RD. And Sean Power watching from London. Thanks for the stream. You're very, very welcome. Best of luck to Muckalee from Steve Burke as well. Back with the play. Coming up to the 30-minute mark. There'll maybe be about one extra minute, I would imagine. And it's Hazel Moore who's been really busy. You wouldn't know that she was injured last week, or maybe it was just something precautionary, but she's been flying today. Ellen Lawler comes over to take it. Looks to go short. Just about gets there with Laura Green. She spins and turns, but has run into traffic. Tries to get the ball fed back out and does so. It's all frantic. Is somebody going to emerge with a little bit of magic? It's just bobbling about there. It's like that the ball is a hot piece of coal and nobody can handle it. But finally, can somebody come away with it? It's Cueva McPeak. She has a sweet left foot and she's just keeping calm and then feeding it inside to David. They're trying to play it through the hands here, but it's very congested in there, and Muckalee putting pressure on them all the time, but they've worked this beautifully and now they've a bit of an opening. They have got through, and it is a number 9, Ellen Brodigan. Can they get a score right at the end of the half? No, they can't, because Amy Ring came across and picked their pocket. 1 minute extra played, and the referee, I don't think we'll have too much longer to play. We haven't had many stoppages. Not many scores either, but it's close. It's exciting, it's tense, and the crowd on the edge of their seats here in the stand. Muckalee again. What you love about it as well at this level, there's nobody taking backward steps. They want to go forward all the time. And sometimes you can imagine coaches are going, keep calm. Look, you're all in the middle, go round the sides, get a bit of support, but it's all hell for leather, and it's exciting. Ellen Lawler, they break through. Edwina Keane trying to break through again, but it breaks down, and I think that will be half time. The referee puts his whistle to his mouth, and indeed it is half time, and a deserved round of applause, because there was huge effort in that half from both sets of players. Low on the scoreboard, just the 4 scores, but it wasn't for the want of trying, and there was one very big highlight, and this was it. Brilliant goal. Kate Purcell tucked it away nicely in the corner after a brilliant move all the way up, and I think it came from the goalkeeper, and there was a point where the goalkeeper I think came out and nearly lost it, but then toe poked it and they moved the ball beautifully all the way up the field from there. That definitely the highlight of the half, which lasted nearly 32 minutes, and it's 1-1 for Muckalee. They should add more, and St Colmcilles even playing with a bit of a breeze, just the 2 points. They'll be disappointed, but you feel there's more in them. Just going to your messages to finish at half time. And Burka de Stefan says brilliant defending Muckalee. Yeah, that's fair. They've been good, and so credit to the defenders for the way the game has gone as well, and the low scoring, to be fair. And we've had messages in the first half from Dubai, the UK, RD and Australia, so keep those coming. We're going to take a break at half time, and we'll be back in the sunshine here in Coralstown, Kinnegad, for the start of the second half in about 7 or 8 minutes time. Welcome back. You see the referee Finbar Shanahan coming out with the ball this time, and everybody else is in place, so we are close to the start of the second half of the 2025 AIB Leinster Junior Championship final between St Colmcilles in the navy and blue and Muckalee from Kilkenny in the green and white. And at half time it is 1-1 to Muckalee and just 2 points to St Colmcilles. We are live on YouTube and on Facebook. Feel free to message us there on either of those platforms, and at the end of the game we will stay on for the presentations and hopefully a few interviews as well. And then right after that we're doing the intermediate final on another stream, which will be in the same area on YouTube and on Facebook. So a double helping for you today from the two games from the Leinster Ladies Gaelic Football Association, and great that they're making the games free for everybody to watch. And as you can hear, there's a big crowd in the stand here in Coralstown, Kinnegad, and hopefully a big crowd online everywhere from Dubai to Lithuania watching in the first half, and New York as well. And here comes Ellen Lawler right at the start of the second half, and she's got it to the pocket rocket. And Katie Nolan puts it over the bar. What a great start to the second half. After we struggled to get any scores in the first half, we've got one after 20 seconds. It was Lawler with that strong running, and Nolan, the Camogie All-Star, she wasn't going to miss from there. Tough challenge coming in at the end from Abe O'Toole, but she got it away, and it's 1-2 to 2, a 3-point lead for the Kilkenny champions. And boy, they would love after winning Kilkenny 5 years in a row to add a Leinster after losing the final in 2022. And they're looking good at the minute. Long way to go, but they're looking good. And that one bobbling around in there, and there's a lot of times in this game, and you get it at junior level, where the ball is passed and the player that they hope will receive it has been marked pretty tightly. So it's a kind of a 50-50 ball, and then it breaks down. When you go up through the grades, usually they hold on to it a little bit more, and the movement is a bit different. The support play is a bit like this. Natalie Davitt coming through, and she does play senior. In fact, she plays senior for Meath and was in the panel this year in Croke Park for the All-Ireland Senior Championship final against Dublin. So you do get players at junior level who also feature at that level. Boland. And they are playing a little bit more composed now, and this is Saoirse McPeak, and that left foot of hers, and puts it in there, and I think she was looking for a pass and indeed got away, and it could end up in a shot, and it is easily enough saved from Sive Collins, but you could tell the intent there from Collins. Go for goal. But they will be disappointed so far. Maybe they should just concentrate on getting the ball over the bar. The approach play was good, but the finish didn't match it. They just need to, as they say, take your points and then the goals will come. Doesn't always work the other way around. Jennifer O'Keefe. Nice play from her. Lawler, and she loves to take it and go, and that's exactly what she does. She feeds it in, but it's a little bit too strong. Grania Rice is there. The girls in blue working their way out through the lines, and they get it to David again. They're just knitting it together. As I said, around the field they're quite good at this, but so far they haven't had the finish. And there comes McPeak with that left foot, trying to feed it in, and gets it into Boland. Muckalee have a player back there standing free, so they have an extra player back there, but it's McPeak again on that left foot, and that's a pass. Don't think that was meant to be a shot at all. She was looking for Sive Collins, as she was a minute ago, and Collins looks a bit frustrated in there. It's just not happening for Colmcilles in the last quarter of the field. Kate Purcell for Muckalee. Lawler is off to her left, but that run has been tracked by Danielle Sweeney, so they go the other direction. They go down the right, and they might get a score here. This looks like Moore, but that has gone right across the goal and well wide. So similar to the first half, a little bit frantic. 3.5 minutes in, there's a goal in it, but at this level that could change very, very quickly. Good kick out from McPeak to keep possession for her team, and they are good in possession. That's Tara Short. Free for some Colmcilles. Play just breaking down, and a little bit of an injury there as well, so it's just got a bit sticky. Not just the ground, but the game. But somebody will be a hero today. Brendan Rice says, up the kills, proud big bro. So I presume that's in reference to Grania Rice number 4. That's on the comments. Big second half of the kills coming up, says Sean Finley. Not so far. But yes, they do have the threat. And let me just check on Facebook as well to check your comments now that we have a little bit of a pause here. Keep those messages coming from wherever you are. Spain, Lithuania, New York, Dubai, all on there. And hopefully all enjoying the coverage. No changes yet, but lots of interesting subs in there. For example, Muckalee, their manager is Pat McDowell, and number 16 is a daughter Neve, who was goalkeeper in 2022, and another daughter Laura is number 28. She was full forward in 2022. You've Aoife Dunn, Sarah Brennan, Rebecca Roach, they all were part of the team in 2022, are still there if required. And then St. Colmcille said the likes of Sarah Murray wearing 7 and Honor Mahutchin 13, who were named but didn't start, maybe they will come in. We're back with the play. This is Ava O'Toole trying to get forward. And does well. Turns and twists and then gets it to Brodigan. A little bit of room they've got in behind, and the kick pass. Let the ball in and see if the forwards can do the rest. Oh, how did she steal that away? Well, illegally is the answer. And she wants to take it quickly, Emma Brophy, but not too quickly. Instead, she's going to wait and let Alana Boland come over and see if she can put this one over the bar and just steady the ship a little bit. So 6 minutes into the second half, some Colmcilles looking for only their 3rd score in the game. It's a tricky enough one from there. It's good height. Is it on target? I think it is, you know, and it is. Good score and excellent work by the umpire there. That's Emma Dunn going in there. And I mention that because she's joining me for co-commentary in the second game. She's multitasking today. Good ball in by Natalie David, or is it? It could break, could go anywhere. But Amy Ring did well. Held her nerve there and held on to the ball, more importantly. But there was a bit of danger there for a second. And of course a goal there would have put some Colmcilles in front after hitting blanks so far. So that is how quickly the game can turn. But now Purcell has it, and that's great play by her. And she's tormenting Tara Short there, turning in one way and then going the other way. Short gets back and marks that run. But here comes the girl who knows how to run as fast as anyone out there, Lawler, but loses possession. Oh, and it's got a little bit feisty out there, and both teams just going at it. The commitment is 100%. And in the end, it's a free to Muckalee, and we now do have a substitution. First one of the game. Number 19's gone off for some Colmcilles. That's Sive McKenna. Didn't catch who'd come in, but I'll find out in a second or two who's come in. In the meantime, a free to Muckalee, which Lawler is lining up. A little bit of a delay here, not quite sure why. Now we can go. And she takes it short. Bulger. Oh, and she's got a lot of room there. She should be able to take her score, and does. Well, it's as easy as that. What was the problem early on when you can do it as easily as that? Well, some Colmcilles caught sleeping there. And it's back to a 3-point game. Free in. Another free in. Game just a bit scrappy at the minute. And I see number 10 has gone off for some Colmcilles. I thought she was walking towards the sideline. That's Tegan Gordon. So was that 2 changes they made or just the 1? I'm a little bit confused there, but as I say, I'll work it out as we go along. 20's definitely still in there. That is Shannon Cleary. She's been in from the start for Kills. Oh, and number 7's in there. That's what it is. That's what confused me. It's Sarah Murray wearing number 7. Sometimes when a sub comes in and they're wearing a number from 1 to 15, it's confusing. So she didn't start the game, even though she was named at number 7. But now she's in as a sub, number 7, Sarah Murray. They go short to Purcell. And a strong, bustling run trying to get through. But again, they're just trying to get through the middle, and there's no room there. Comerford. Again, just trying to drive through the middle, but they can't get through, and it was brave blocking by David, but they still might persist. They still might get a score, and the keeper has to watch that, and she does. Saoirse McPeak, because that could have dropped into the net and didn't. She's got the cap on. Sun probably not as strong as it was earlier on, but still, safety first. We've only had the 1 goal in 40 minutes off this game, and sometimes at junior you get a lot of goals, but not so far today. David makes herself available. McPeak is deep in defence, and that one was asking quite a lot of her captain Aisling O'Donnell, and indeed she was hustled out of it. And great work by Muckalee. Or was it a foul? Is it a sideline ball or is it a free? The officials are consulting. And it is a free to St. Colmcilles. Oh, beautifully taken by Sive Collins. She hasn't had many chances to shine because Edel Coonan has kept her quiet, but she feeds that one back nicely. No, she doesn't. She's been blown for over-carrying, and again, she cuts a frustrated figure in there. It's not happening for her. And again, I have to go back to give credit to the defenders today. They've worked so hard. The captain, Clodagh Hanlon, she was telling me about what it would mean to her club to win Leinster after winning Kilkenny 5 times. So they've been in Leinster 5 times in a row. They'd love to get over the line and win a Leinster. Will this be the day? Natalie David on the other side of that, or David, and she's hustled out of it again, but gets her free, and that's been the pattern so far. Muckalee mucking in all over the field, and they're pressuring all the time and making life so difficult for some Colmcilles. They just can't get their game going. They've only scored the 3 points, but they're still only 3 points behind. O'Donnell. Collins again. Scoops it up and gets it to Brophy. Brodigan. But there's a green wall in there, so they try again, almost rugby style. David comes off the shoulder. And off the shoulder this time, it's Murray giving it back. Can they get a score? She snatches at that. It drops in. Nearly dropping in onto the crossbar, but well watched by the goalkeeper, Sarah Corcoran. But it is going to come back for a free in. So there's still a chance of a score for St. Colmcilles at the end of that. But boy, have they been asked to work really hard for their scores today. Good position right in front of the goals. 42.5 minutes in to bring it back to a 2-point game. Scores at an absolute premium today, so you have to take opportunities like this, and I think that's gone right. It has gone right. Well, that evens it up a bit because Muckalee missed 1 or 2 like that in the first half, and you can only put that down to nerves. There is a bit of a breeze, but really that should be going over, and I wonder what effect that will have on the team's morale. Morale is important, and mental attitude and all that. Well, they're saying doesn't matter, we'll keep going. David there looked like she may have been fouled, but this is a long distance effort. The keeper has to watch it. I think that's a goal. I think it's a goal. There is the green flag going up, and indeed, and it was a girl who missed a minute ago. Let's watch it again. There's always been the danger of that. Didn't think it quite had the legs for a point, and indeed the goalkeeper lost it in the air, and it's a crucial goal to St. Colmcilles. They've been throwing a lifeline. It's 1-3 to 1-3. And I've said many times that the game can change very quickly, and there it is. How can Muckalee respond? Well, they've got players over here. This looks like an interesting break for them because Laura Green has it, and now they get it to Lawler, and she's the player who loves going at them and leaves it off beautifully as well. Can they respond? Oh, it's gone over the bar. I thought it was going wide from this angle, but it's a really good response. Katie Nolan judged it perfectly and just popped it over the bar, and that is the intelligent option at this stage. Just to put them back in front and just to say to some Colmcilles, you're not just going to roll over us just because you got a little bit of a fortunate goal there. And indeed they press again. And Muckalee, on the balance of play and on the work rate and everything else, they deserve it so far, but you don't always get what you deserve, and there's a long way to go. But this is brilliant, and left off again by Lawler. Terrific play by Muckalee, but the finish was poor after the build-up. 1-4 to 1-3, nearly in the last quarter of the game. And such excitement in the faces of everyone around me to the right and left here. It really is amazing what football does when you see what it does to people, and they have 15 more minutes of torture or excitement, whichever way you want to play it. That is a brilliant ball, looking for Caoimhe McPeak, and finds her, but she's been held up by Tara Short really well, but she'll want to deliver off that left foot of hers. Puts it out to Cleary. So Colmcilles will try again. David picks out Brodigan. That was Nolan coming back to put pressure on, and she got a goal a minute ago, and now she's added a point. Alana Boland for St Colmcilles. Well, she's had quite the last 5 minutes. She had the free that she missed, that was an easy one, and now she's put over a goal and a point. That's character for you. She's responded well. So 1-4 to 1-4 in the last quarter of the game, and a substitution for St Colmcilles, and they're replacing Tara Short, number 5, and instead they're bringing on, I think it's 25, Orla Deegan.
The St Colmcilles team, number 25, Brona Grant, is replacing number 5, Tara Short.
Doesn't sound like the name I found. 25. Orla Deegan, I think, is in. They read out somebody else's name, but the programme definitely says Orla Deegan. Oh, and there's somebody down hurt, so we've a little bit of a pause here. It is 2 o'clock exactly in the afternoon. Aisling Walsh on the live chat on YouTube says, Mamma mia, what a goal, brilliant game. Sean Finley says we have a game on our hands. There's a lot of Mamma mia about. What's that about? Is that a play in somebody's name that I'm missing? Maybe you could let me know in the live chat. That's Edel Coonan. Players who have been there before with Muckalee standing up. This is Aideen Cody. I think I may have called her Tara Short, who's just gone off. That's a number 5. Apologies if I did. But it's definitely Cody, and that's a good effort now from Kate Purcell to put Muckalee back in front. Well, they are not going to lie down. Absolutely not. They respond every time there's a score, and that's a good sign of a team when you can do that. I think we have another change, and this time it is a Muckalee change. Now, who have they brought in?
Substitution on the Muckalee team, number 18, Sharna Iran, is replacing number 10, Hazel Muir.
Yeah, 18 is in, and that is Shona Ruan. I think she came in for, did he say 12? I'm not sure, I'll pick it up in a second. Let's get back to the play, it doesn't really matter. That's a good ball. Played down into the corner, looking for Brophy, is it? Good play to hold it up. And just feed it back out and keep possession. 12 to go. Kilkenny champions the lead by a point, but McPeak feeds it into David. Brilliant running from David, looking for the equaliser, but doesn't connect. And great credit to the Muckalee defence once again. And they get a free out. They have battled in there all day long. That's been the foundation for Muckalee. This is Cody. And she does well. Keane does well to get past her player and still going, but not much in the way of support. But Nolan arrives to help. Runs into traffic though. Gives it to Purcell. She's played really well again, just trying to find a way through, but there's no way through, and the referee says no foul, play on. Nolan gets another chance and off she goes. But again, they just seem to be running down blind alleys a lot of the time, and St. Colmcilles get away. Just seeing some of the players behind the goals there, you see in the back of that shot. That's for the next game. We have another live stream coming up, the intermediate final. Just over 10 to go in this one. Alana Boland leaves it off to Davin. Centre half forward and centre half back. Those two have been very busy, trying to get through the middle all the time, driving their team forward. But now it's all about the energy in the last 10 minutes of the game. Who's got it? Oh, that's beautifully slipped to the captain, Aisling O'Donnell, going through the middle. Collins leaves it back. This is excellent play by St. Colmcilles, but do they have the finish this time? Well, that was Hanlon came out to block that for Muckalee, and it's free. It's a free out for overcarrying, and Muckalee's defence once again deserves credit. So you see 25 there for St. Colmcilles in the shot. She just come on a few minutes ago. That's Deegan. This is Lawler. What a busy player she is, and she loves going straight at the defence, and so does Katie Nolan. This is Katie Nolan for Muckalee. She's won a Camogie All-Star. She's now won a free, and she'd love to win a ladies Gaelic football AIB Leinster Championship. Well, Kilkenny obviously better known for Camogie, but they would love to get on the map and win a provincial title. They were in the final in 2022. Before that, their previous final was 2004. They don't come around that often, but 5 titles in a row in Kilkenny mean that they're back here and learning every year about Leinster, getting better every year, maybe getting closer. You see the scoreboard there, 9 minutes to go and they lead by a point, and they have been the better team for most of the game, and if it was stopped now you'd say they deserve it, but it's all now about the next 9 minutes. You see Owen O'Neill out there with Finbar Shanahan, the 2 officials. Not sure what that discussion is about, but we are waiting for something to be sorted out there. Just checking on the YouTube. There's a big crowd online watching the game, especially on YouTube. So just checking to see everything is okay there. And it appears to be. We welcome your messages in the last 9 minutes and indeed after that. No messages coming in at the minute. I'd say you're all a little bit involved in the game, shall we say, rather than wanting to send messages because it's tense. I'm sure there's a lot of nails been bitten. It's Muckalee trying to force something to get in a 2-point lead or better if they can. Colmcilles holding strong though. Nolan, excuse me, turning and twisting. 8 to go. Lawler looks one way and then the other, and then feeds a nice ball. They break the lines, and it's Laura Green. She's had a great game, and that looks like a decent effort, but it's wide. It's wide. A groan goes up in the crowd to my right, and then applause from my left for some Colmcilles to say, right, let's get going, girls. 18 Cody picks that one up, but runs into trouble. Gets her free. The referee is in conversation with Kate Purcell. I think he's just going to let the play go, and indeed, yeah, we get on with the game, and he's let that go quite a lot. We've had a good game. There's been no unnecessary stoppages. Kelly Comerford now. Joint captain 3 years ago. Sean Bulger. That's a free out. Colmcilles get the decision, and immediately I look to my right and see Muckalee players, 2 of them not marking anybody but just getting back into position. In fact, 3 of them back there. Muckalee have 3 players over to the right off camera who are just saying we need to get back all the time. They're so conscious of the counter attack. And when you look at it, they've only conceded 1-4 in the entire game. So maybe that's one of the reasons why they're very conscious of defence and how goals can hurt you so much in games like this. 6 to go. Muckalee still in front, but only just. Cueva McPeak is fouled at least once. Well, she's got a good left foot, but she's not going to try it from there. Or is she? Referee's saying, no, get back a bit. Don't be trying to steal a yard. Fair play, Finbar. Players always tend to do that, but he's on the ball and it does make a difference. And now she might end up stealing it with her run up. It's dangerous. It's in there. They need to watch it. Muckalee, because Boland is in there, but she's forced to come out, and they've done well not to foul her. And Keane has done well to get possession, but it's slapped away by McPeak. Eventually Muckalee do get it clear. Nolan goes for it, but that's good work by Mick O'Donnell to get out in front of her, but it's going to go further back for an earlier infringement. Well, it's scrappy, it's tense, it's exciting, and it's anybody's. Less than 5 to go. Clodagh Hanlon with her hands on the ball, hoping to get her hands on the trophy very shortly, but they have a lot of work still to do, and Comerford runs into traffic, and that's going to be a free to Muckalee, I would imagine. But it was also a very, very sore one. Watch it again here, and you'll realise why the players are down. Gives us a chance just to get our breath again. Catherine has messaged on YouTube and was watching in Boston. Come on, the Kills. How's everybody else around the world and near to Kinnegad watching this one? What do you think? Laura says keep it going, Muckalee. So support coming in evenly for both sides. But as I said, one of you will be celebrating very shortly, and it's really hard to predict who it is. Muckalee in the driving seat, but only by that point. It's a slender and fragile lead. Kelly Comerford has gone in for the hop here with Ellen Brodigan. Finbar Shanahan. A hop it in between them. Less than, well, just over 3 to go. Taken on the break brilliantly. That's superb work by Bolger. Under pressure, and she's going, and she's also won a free. That's terrific play by the corner forward out around the middle. As you can hear, some of the crowd don't like it. It's one of those games where you think Muckalee, they might just get over the line finally. Well, there's another one of those, and it's going to be a free against her. Or is there going to be a big sting in the tail here? Alana Boland. She's looking for options. It's going to be a give and go. And runs into traffic and gives it back to Brodigan. They're going to have to switch the play. They get it to McPeak, and they're doing their best, but 14 players from Muckalee are in their own half, but they might still find a way through. That's Sarah Murray to try and equalise. Oh, as a player goes down in there. Did the referee spot that? Did he see something? He looked at it, certainly. They keep going. David is there and feeds it back out. Muckalee defending desperately. Is there an equaliser here? Collins has it and drives it across goal, and it's gone wide. It's gone wide. The drama of it. 2 minutes to go. That was an opportunity for an equaliser. Might even that ended up in the net. She just drove it. She whacked it across goal. So close, so unlucky, but no score. We have another sub, 24 for 20. That means that Shannon Cleary for some Colmcilles is off, and 24 is Brona Grant has come in to see if she can provide a little bit of magic right at the end. Sarah Corcoran with a kick out, but they can't restart because some Colmcilles have another player going off, and it's Emma Brophy. So another change for Colmcilles. I don't see who else has come on, but late changes from the Meath girls. starting to lose my voice here a little bit. It's exciting because you know that there's going to be drama in the next couple of minutes. This is what it comes down to. 1 point game, 1-5 to 1-4. 1 minute of normal time left. Brilliantly taken. And it's a number 14, Edwina Keane, the Camogie All-Star, and she's hurt, but she doesn't mind that really. She will take one for the team there, and she won that important ball. You hear the desperation in the voices and in the calls from the crowd. By the way, Catherine in Boston, she says she's a proud auntie of Aisling O'Donnell, the St. Colmcilles captain. Well, she could still be the captain to lift the cup, but the closer and closer we get to the finish, the more it looks like it might be Muckalee's day. And I say that with great hesitation because although we're now in the 60-minute mark, we're now in added time. There's going to be 2-3 minutes, I'd say, so there's still plenty of time. But Muckalee have possession, and they kept it with Bolger. How good has she been? That's brilliant ball carrying from Bolger. Great determination. She has epitomised her team's effort today. Has it been won back? It hasn't. It's a free in, and Bolger again has won the free. Well, I wonder who your contenders are for player of the match. For me, Bolger is right in there. Really stepped up and won a lot of dirty ball on a day like this that has been so important. But of course, Ellen Lawler has been fantastic too. And in defence, well, they've been rock solid back there, like of Edel Coonan. But they won't care about individual awards. They want to win the cup. But here come St. Colmcilles from Meath. They haven't been at their best today, but can they win it at the death or even force extra time? All they need is a point. 62nd minute. Desperate times for some Colmcilles, but that's a brilliant ball to Tegan Gordon. Or rather, from Tegan Gordon to Quiva McPeak. Alana Boland. She got a goal. She got a point. She feeds it across the middle. Oh, great hand in. Oh, that was crucial from Ellen Lawler. She's been so good in attack, but that was a crucial hand in defence that could easily have been the equaliser. I'm now swaying towards her for player of the match after that. A fantastic and crucial interception by Ellen Lawler. And another hold up, just adding to the drama and the tension. Harry is all out there. Harry is in Boston and Dubai and Lithuania and wherever else you are watching this. There's another player down as well over to the right. If we get extra time, there'll be more of that. There's a physio on, giving treatment. There's a spray out as well on the knee of one of the Muckalee players, and she battles on bravely. That's a good ball. And it's all the way out to the number 18 for Muckalee, Shona Ruan. This is Bolger again. Runs into traffic, but still manages to find a way through the traffic somehow. What a game she's had. What a player she is. And does she get a free at the end of it? No. Let's all take a breath. The 3 minutes that I predicted, just about over. Oh, it is a free. Oh, no, it's a 45. 45 for Muckalee. Well, that's as good for them. Almost as a score at this stage. So it means it just kills the game. We're in the 64th minute. Muckalee so close to glory, to an AIB Leinster title. Jennifer O'Keefe feeds it sensibly to Aideen Cody. To Lawler, always willing to take it, always willing to turn and go at the defence, and does brilliantly again and wants it again, and she does get it again. Surely not. Right at the end, is she going to finish it? Oh, an interception comes in. Is there time now? St. Colmcilles have got the ball. Is there time for one last attack? There is. Well, we've played nearly 4 minutes of added time, but it looks like there's still time if they can get up the field. It's a free for St. Colmcilles. Last chance saloon for the girls in navy and blue. We are almost in the 5th minute of added time. People around me are losing it because they just want to will their team forward. One more score will do it for St. Colmcilles, but Muckalee have 14 players behind the ball. It looks like the referee is allowing them, if that's the right terminology, one more attack. This is it. It's now or never. They get it to the fullback, Danielle Sweeney, one of the originals, along with Gráinne Rice and Ellen Brodigan. It would mean most of those girls. They managed to keep possession despite Kelly Comerford coming in there. McPeak launches it high and it's going to be brought back for a free. They have a chance from a free to level it and force extra time. But where is it being taken from? That is, you know what? It's possible. It's not probable, but it's possible. The pressure is on, and if you remember, Alana Boland took one earlier. She scored a goal and a point, but just before that she missed a free. This is Caoimhe McPeak. She has a very sweet left foot, but the pressure, oh my goodness, the pressure here in the AIB Leinster Championship Junior Final in the 66th minute. Last kick of the game to level it. Has she got it? Oh, it's been batted out by Kelly Comerford, and it's a 45 and it will be allowed. There is time for the 45. This is definitely last chance saloon for St. Colmcilles. Well, the drama. You could cut the tension here with a knife. We're 66 minutes in. It's St. Colmcilles in the navy and blue. Last chance saloon from a 45. They need an equaliser to force extra time. Ava O'Toole has it. Can they find a way through? The cornerback is going through challenges, but it's broken down and Muckalee have it, and that might be enough, and it is enough. The girls from Kilkenny are the Leinster champions for 2025. They've been knocking on the door on Leinster for 5 years. They've won their county 5 years in a row. They dearly wanted to get over the line, and you see what it means to them there. Look at the mentors coming in. They can't believe it. It's been the same mentors for 5 years. Pat McDowell, the manager, has stuck with them, and they have come through, and it's a Leinster championship for Kilkenny. Absolutely fantastic to see for them. No offence to some Colmcilles, but why is it taking so long? Well, they have gone back to the drawing board so many times, and this year they played their club football in Laois. Maybe that was a key thing in getting them over the line, but they have got over the line. That is the important thing, and full credit to everyone in Kilkenny there. Close to the border with Laois, close to the border with Carlow, but this is all about Kilkenny, and hopefully it will be a boost for ladies Gaelic football in Kilkenny. Muckalee getting over the line, and it's our captain Clodagh Hanlon who will collect the trophy in a few minutes time. They have scraped over the line by a point. It wasn't a classic, but they won't care, and there is Clodagh in the shot to the left. Their management team, as I say, Pat McDowell, Nicky Purcell, Ronan Ruan, Tom Dooley have been there with him. Ger Hanlon, of course, a mother of the captain and of another sister, Roisin in the subs. She's the FLO. Let's mention Colleen Rickard as well, the physio. The stats, Martin Patterson and S&C Tom Lawler. But it's been a huge team effort by all of them to come through and win a Leinster title. And that cup will be presented in the next few minutes, and we're going to stay on for the presentation. And there's the goalkeeper as well, Sarah Corcoran, and number 12, Kate Purcell. Lots of stars out there, but for me, Laura Green, I keep going to call her Laura Green, had a great first half. Worked so hard, but it was a work rate by the whole team all the way through that was just immense. But if you're looking player of the match, I think I'd go Ellen Lawler, very closely followed by Sian Bulger. And they don't want to come over for the presentation just yet, but they will. They'll come over, and there's Edel Coonan, number 3 there, getting another big hug, and she's one of those players who knows exactly what it means. And if we follow the goalkeeper there in the bottom of the shot, you'll see Sarah Corcoran coming over to the fence on her own to meet the supporters down at the fence and get a big hug as well. And now the rest of the players will come over from Muckalee. It's a famous famous day for Kilkenny ladies Gaelic football, and I've never said that before. And now they are received by the supporters in the stand. Oh, look at these scenes, magical scenes for Muckalee. This is what it means to them. This is what they've been fighting for over the last few years. And the captain getting in there, and she has duties to perform in a minute, but she'll just be delighted that they have come through and won this title. They can't believe it. It's been 5 years at least in the making. Keep those messages coming on Facebook and on YouTube, and I will read them out, I promise, because I'm sure a lot of people want to pass on their congratulations to this Muckalee team, like Glencora Buggy, well done Muckalee. Mary Healy, well done girls. And on YouTube as well, the messages coming in. Look, it's not a beautiful shot there. Baby's been handed over the fence. Tears, joy. And Sean Power says, what a game. Unlucky kills. Congrats, Muckalee. Absolutely fantastic scenes. Oh, look at that. Isn't that say it all? It's a lovely tight shot of mommy and baby there, and what it means to players who have been here all the way through and the sacrifices that they made to get out. And sometimes they're not left holding the baby, but she is left holding the baby now, but she's going to hand the baby back over the fence because they've something else that they need to get, and that's the cup. So the presentation is going to be made soon, but the St. Colmcilles players are still out on the huddle way over to our left, and we're staying with these scenes, and lovely scenes they are too. And Kilkenny 2022, they were here, they lost in the final. Such different emotions now. You have two Camogie All-Stars out there, Edwina Keane, who was in the shot there, the number 14, and Katie Nolan. But today it's all about ladies Gaelic football. 7 of the players started in 2022 and started again today, so only right to mention them. Edel Coonan, Aideen Cody, Kelly Comerford, Clodagh Hanlon, Katie Nolan, Kate Purcell and Leland Lawler. They have stuck with it over the years, and today they've got their reward. The applause rising now. That's for the St. Colmcilles players who are now coming over to the presentation area, and obviously they are dejected, but they're getting a rousing reception, and there's even a few smiles out there on the faces of their players. Look at the huge support they have, and they've done their club proud. They didn't get through in the end, but they came so close, and their club and community are proud of them. I'm going to stop talking now because that's Arthur Corrigan, president of the Leinster Ladies Gaelic Football Association. He can take it from there.
First of all, on behalf of both teams, I want to congratulate both sets of supporters. You never gave up. You supported your team throughout that whole game, so well done to you as supporters. I'm sure the girls appreciated all your support and will welcome it throughout the rest of the year. So congratulations to you as supporters. Before we do our presentation of trophies, I have a player of the match award to give. These are always difficult to award, and they always generate conversation, and I'm sure this will as well. But anyway, I call on Kate Purcell, please. First of all, I want to thank Kinnegad for making their facilities available to us today. It was touch and go overnight, but fair dues to people that have been here since 7 o'clock this morning making sure the pitch was ready. It's very difficult at this time of the year trying to get facilities, but they've worked hard with us throughout the year as well, and not just for today. But a huge thank you to everyone involved here in Kinnegad. To our referee, Finbar, and his team of officials. Guys, we wouldn't have any matches without any referees. We've got to appreciate they make the decision. They have to make the decision in a split second. They are in the pitch. They see exactly where they are, so they have to make that decision. So let's respect our referees, because if we don't, we won't have any games. The AIB, the sponsors of the championship, I want to thank you as well. It's great to have a national sponsor on our provincial competition, so thank you to AIB. Also, there's a huge number of people that go unseen, unheard throughout the year, and they're the volunteers that have stood at gates, that have organised matches, that have met late at night to organise venues, everything for referees and everything. A huge thank you to them and to the people in the office who work hard and tirelessly, and even up to last night on the phone to them at 9:30, 10 o'clock to give their time freely. And we wouldn't have today's matches or all the matches we've had. And that goes for everything, not just for that, but even the simple things of programs and getting them ready. So a huge thank you to everybody there. So thank you. To Colmcilles, congratulations, you're still county champions. You've had a tremendous year. I'm sure you will have many, many more, and I look forward to seeing you back in the Leinster intermediate final next year. So very best of luck to you. Muckalee, congratulations, a Leinster title. Well done. Congratulations to you. I wish you the very best of luck in the All-Ireland series. I hope everyone comes out and supports you in that as well. You're now taking the mantle of Leinster as well into the All-Ireland series, and we'll certainly support you there as well. So just call on Clodagh now to receive your trophies.
Yours today, so what?
First of all, I just want to say what an honour it is to be captain of such a special country house. I just wrote it out in case I forgot. I just want to say a very well done to Colmcilles. We knew that it would be such a tough match, and I think the scoreboard really reflects that there was nothing between it. We were two in this position 3 years ago, and know what it's like, but definitely a great team, and a round of applause for St. Colmcilles. Just want to thank Leinster, the pitches, Kinnegad, the refs, all our sponsors, our big sponsor, Brennan Zagri, everyone who donated to us during the week. It'll be well spent tonight. Our supporters, a big thank you. We've been on the road for 5 years, and it mightn't seem like a big deal, but it's everything to see everyone here and the crowd. It just really drives us on, and it was definitely needed today. Thank you. To another team of management, the team of them, there's believed in us I think since 7 or 8 years ago, and have stuck by us when a lot of people wouldn't have. So just to mention Pat McDowell, Nicky Purcell, Tom Dooley, Tom Lawler, Mark Patterson, Niall Clancy, Rowan Moran, Dreadin Herndon, Anisha Patterson, Colleen, Danielle Coolman, and Lorraine Kelly, who does a lot of work behind the scenes. A big round of applause. This is the last thing, it's the most important. It's to all the girls, 30, 35 of us. I think over the last 5 years, no one kind of gave us any hope, and we were the only ones who and our management had hope with us. We've been trying to get to this day 5 years, and been through the heartbreak and going back to the pitch every single year. What can we do different? And it was all worth it for today. We were told during the week that to lose one to win one, and we certainly done that. I'd like to mention to Laura McDermott and Becky Roach, who would only love to be playing today. They've been here since the start of football, and I know they're emotional that they can't be here, but this one today is for them.
My child
Edwina is with me here, and I'm just making sure you can hear me okay on the live stream. We can. Edwina, you just said to me, don't do this to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm
not really. We got lovely shots of you at the end there with your child.
Yeah. My three little boys are here today supporting me, so it's special.
How many?
Three little boys. I hope, there's one of them.
They're all in
there. Yeah. Pardon?
And what does that say about you and your journey and your sacrifice?
Oh God, I don't know. I've a great family circle. My husband is brilliant, and my parents and my mother-in-law, they're brilliant. They're all stepping up to let me come here today, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them. And I have a very understanding management. So
look at that shot behind you of him lifting the cup. What's his name?
Yeah, Jack. Go on, Jack.
Oh, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. I hope someday that they'll be here as well in time to come.
I'll let you get in the shot. That's Edwina there, a Camogie All-Star in the shot, and look. Well, Jack's a happy man in there. Absolutely brilliant scenes. That's good. Kate, sorry, we're live on the stream here. Congratulations on player of the match. Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was shocked. I was so nervous at the start and missed my freeze. I thought it was all over, but sure, those things happen, and I work so hard, and it's easy to work hard when you have such good girls around you. Like Edwina and Kelly, they've such years of experience, and they just drive you on to be better every day.
Wasn't it lovely, the last words from your captain there right at the end? She said, for 5 years, no one gave us any hope.
Yeah, I'm sick of hearing, but sure, there's no football in Kilkenny, and even the teams that were coming up against it to us after, sure, we thought we were only playing a Kilkenny team, and there's no only about Kilkenny anymore.
Absolutely, and you're a young girl though. I mean, you must be coming up and thinking, what's all that nonsense about?
Yeah, I've been playing on this team for the last 5 years since I was only small, and I was even starting to think myself it was never going to come. So days like this made the hard times so special.
And what do you think got you over? Was it maybe playing club football in Laois this year? Was it new players coming in? Was it everybody just sticking at it?
Yeah, no, it helped so much, and I think this year we knew we had to do something different. We had to take it more serious than ever, but honestly with our team it's just the heart and determination in the last few minutes that everyone puts in that always gets us over the line.
Absolutely. Well, fair play, Kate. Well done. You wouldn't do me a favour, would you? Would you get me one more? I'll take either 3 Adele Coonan or 8 Kelly Comerford, if you can bring them over for a wee chat, and then we'll wrap it up, because we've got another game to come here in a second. There's a lovely shot over here, which I'm sure our cameraman is getting, and it is indeed Edwina Keane there. Well, she said she'd 3 boys. There's maybe one is a little bit too small to be in that picture, is maybe over on the other side of the fence, but oh no, there is 3 there. There is 3. They're all 3 there. Oh, Kelly's coming over. Kelly, you got there.
Oh, again, yeah.
5 years we've waited for this, and I have to say, myself included, most people are saying over those 5 years, you're only Kilkenny, but you put that to bed.
Yeah, finally, it's been a tough couple of years on us, but every year we kept getting beaten by the team that went on to win it out. So we knew we're so close, we're so close. You stay going at it, eventually it's going to break your way, and thank God today is our day.
And what a battle it was. I mean, you deserved it. You were there all the way through it, but I kept thinking, are they going to get a score here? But on your work rate alone, especially in defence, you deserved it.
Yeah, in fairness to them, like we could, even though we had a good bit of possession, we could never get a break from them, as in like we were a point and then it was level and a point and level, you know. They kept coming back at us, and we know all too well that like the match is never over till that final whistle, so we were nervous enough there. Like them last couple of balls could really have gone either way, and like I'm just so thankful that broke our way today.
And just finally to mention the Magnificent Seven, as I'm going to call them now, who started in 22 in the final and started again today all the way through. Yourself, Aideen Cody, Adele Coonan, Kate Purcell, Ellen Lawler, Katie Nolan, Clodagh Hanlon. I think that's the 7, yeah. So they've come up, but you've made changes as well coming through too.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. Sure, like there's no team can stay on the road like for 7 years without people coming in, and like Cyan Bulger there, like it amazes me no matter how many times I look at. She's only 16 years of age and she's absolutely phenomenal there.
She was brilliant.
Without her, like the ground she covers and the dirty balls she wins, like so you need that every year, obviously, to keep a team going. So it's fantastic having that coming behind you.
I love to have to say, do you remember a few years ago the disbelief
Yeah.
shot of, and I saw him over there at the end of the game in the semi-final, but the scenes at the end of the final whistle today, magic.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I don't even think it's fully hit me at the minute. I think like maybe in a few minutes time when I'm in the dressing room and it actually sinks in like that we finally got there in the end. And it's like to do it with your parish and to see all these people that have come out to, you know, cheer us on and get us across the line. It's just phenomenal. Dream stuff. So
You're Leinster champions, finally.
Yeah, 5 years in the making, but we've a lifetime now to savour it. So thanks a million.
Beautifully said. Well done, Kelly. You deserve it, and they all deserve it. And that's it from our first live stream. We'll be back with another one very shortly, actually, in about 10 minutes' time, the second final here from Coralstown, Kinnegad. But from this one, well done to Muckalee, and it's goodbye.